And so Jacob, setting out, arrived in the eastern land. And he saw a well in a field, and also 3 flocks of sheep reclining near it. For the animals were watered from it, and its mouth was closed with a great stone. And the custom was, when all the sheep were gathered together, to roll away the stone. And when the flocks had been refreshed, they placed it over the mouth of the well again. And he said to the shepherds, "Brothers, where are you from?" And they answered, "From Haran." And questioning them, he said, "Do you know Laban, the son of Nahor?" They said, "We know him." He said, "Is he well?" "He is very well," they said. "And behold, his daughter Rachel approaches with his flock." And Jacob said, "There is still much daylight remaining, and it is not time to return the flocks to the sheepfold. Give the sheep to drink first, and then lead them back to pasture." They responded, "We cannot until all the animals are gathered together, and we remove the stone from the mouth of the well, so that we may water the flocks." They were still speaking, and behold, Rachel arrived with her father's sheep, for she pastured the flock. When Jacob had seen her, and he realized that she was his maternal first cousin, and that these were the sheep of his uncle Laban, he removed the stone which closed the well. And having watered the flock, he kissed her. And lifting up his voice, he wept. And he revealed to her that he was a brother of her father, and the son of Rebekah. And so, hurrying, she announced it to her father. And when he had heard that Jacob, his sister's son, had arrived, he ran to meet him. And embracing him, and kissing him heartily, he brought him into his house. But when he had heard the reasons for his journey, he responded, "You are my bone and my flesh." And after the days of 1 month were completed, he said to him, "Though you are my brother, will you serve me for nothing? Tell me what wages you would accept." In truth, he had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and truly the younger was called Rachel. But while Leah was bleary-eyed, Rachel had an elegant appearance and was attractive to behold. And Jacob, loving her, said, "I will serve you for 7 years, for your younger daughter Rachel." Laban responded, "It is better that I give her to you than to another man. Remain with me." Therefore, Jacob served for 7 years for Rachel. And these seemed like only a few days, because of the greatness of love. And he said to Laban, "Give my wife to me. For now the time has been fulfilled, so that I may go into her." And he, having called a great crowd of his friends to the feast, agreed to the marriage. And at night he brought in his daughter Leah to him, giving his daughter a handmaid named Zilpah. After Jacob had gone in to her, according to custom, when morning had arrived, he saw Leah. And he said to his father-in-law, "What is it that you intended to do? Did I not serve you for Rachel? Why have you deceived me?" Laban responded, "It is not the practice in this place to give the younger in marriage first. Complete a week of days with this mating. And then I will give this one to you also, for the service that you will provide to me for another 7 years. He agreed to his pleading. And after the week had passed, he took Rachel as a wife. To her, the father had given Bilhah as her servant. And having at last obtained the marriage he desired, he preferred the love of the latter before the former, and he served with him another 7 years. But the Lord, seeing that he despised Leah, opened her womb, but her sister remained barren. Having conceived, she gave birth to a son, and she called his name Reuben, saying, "The Lord saw my humiliation, now my husband will love me." And again she conceived and bore a son, and she said, "Because the Lord heard that I was treated with contempt, he has also given this one to me." And she called his name Simeon. And she conceived a 3rd time, and she gave birth to another son, and she said, "Now likewise my husband will unite with me, because I have borne him 3 sons. And because of this, she called his name Levi. A 4th time she conceived and bore a son, and she said, "Only now will I confess to the Lord." And for this reason she called him Judah. And she ceased from childbearing.